Welcome back to another Technology Tuesday. Jerry Franklin Poe here with our tech legend, Greg Russell, in the building.
So the first way is making an
Welcome back to another Technology Tuesday.
when we were kind of examining others doing it, and find us on the Roku.
Welcome back to another Technology Tuesday.
When we were kind of examining others doing it, and find us on the Roku.
Welcome, welcome, welcome back to another Technology Tuesday. Jerry Franklin Poe here with our tech legend, Greg Russell, in the building. We are doing this every week, Tuesday at 2 p.m. That's right, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this week, we have something special in store for you. We are talking about live streaming, and not just live streaming, but how to profit from the live streams that you are doing. So, Greg, I know people are looking forward to this. It's been one of the things we're getting a lot of comments on or questions about in our group. So for those who aren't part of the group is technologytuesday.com where you can join up. So let's go ahead and get it rocking and rolling.
Let's go. Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Technology Tuesday. I'm excited to be here with my partner in crime, Jerry Franklin Poe. So listen, we're going to cover our expenses and pay these bills right quick. Today's episode is sponsored by mytechjedi.com. So listen, if you have any challenges or trouble with your technology. If you're in the information business, you're selling a course, a product, a service, a training, and you have any challenges with your technology, head over to mytechjedi.com and schedule your consultation call to get your tech worked out. They will help you with anything you have, websites, funnels, payment integrations, anything that you are struggling with when it comes to making your business run smoothly on the internet. Whatever questions you have, go ahead and schedule a call and get your tech worked out with the Tech Jedi. Again, today's sponsor for the show is mytechjedi.com. Jerry, glad to be here. Excited about today's topic, live streaming and how to it can help you make some serious money. Let's cover our syndication partners right quick. Guys, thank you for joining us wherever you are seeing our show from. Thank you for being here. We're going to shout them out real quick. We got the Cloud Key community. We have the Seven Figure Sales Ninjas. We have Level 5 Overseas group. We have our Fierce Entrepreneurs group. We have our REI Gurus group. And we are also streaming live on television on the E360 TV network. So, hello, all of you guys watching us on TV. And you can find us on the Roku, Fire Stick, or Apple TV. You can find us on any of those. And you can find us at our group, technologytuesday.com. So, whatever group you guys are watching us from, if you know someone who can benefit from being in that group, go ahead and ask them to join the group. Just send out an invite and say, hey, come join this group. There's a lot of cool things happening over here. So, whatever group you're in, whatever group we just mentioned, if you're in that group, go ahead and invite someone to that group. Help us grow these groups and get more eyes on this valuable content that is shared in those groups. Thank you for that. And we look forward to sharing more of our content with you inside of that group. All right, Jerry, we are about to start and dive into all the things we need. Did I miss anything for today?
I believe you are good, right on point.
Good, sir. Okay. So, the first thing we want to talk about when it comes to making money with a live stream is how are you going to do that, right? And so, I'm going to talk about two ways, and we can expound on it, but we're not going to dive into that. That's not the that's not what we're not going to go into the strategy, but we're going to cover what the two ways. So listen, if you have a if you're going to do a live stream, there's two ways you can make money. One is on your live stream, you can make a flat out offer, right? So your content can be geared towards the offer, and you can just make the offer. So the first way is making an offer. Jerry, I know you've seen a lot of people do live streams and make an offer from some of the groups you used to be a part of, or maybe still a part of. Can you share what you saw and how they actually made those offers?
Oh, great question, Greg. So, to answer that, the key there is to make sure that whatever you're offering has value to your audience. That's number one. And number two is you want to also be adding value in the stream on a consistent basis as well to have people want to follow you. But the major mistake I think people make is they are telling people the how to do something and that's the thing that they want to be actually offering. So when you're talking to folks, you want to be sharing the what you would actually do for them. The why is important. So the why is important. The what you actually do, the results they were going to get from it, but don't actually go into the how until they take advantage of the thing that you're actually offering. So the offer is always the steps, the secret sauce, the strategy. What you're talking about on your live stream is why it's important and what it will actually do for them. What's the benefits to them? So everyone is listening to get, how is this going to be helpful to me? Why is it important to me? What would be my reasons for wanting to be a part of this, use this, to take advantage of this service or this product? Those are the things you want to be talking about. Why is it relevant to that person? Why is it relevant to the office? How can it make their lives better? How can it give them some type of future that they don't currently have? How you can be the solution to their problem that they're having, even identifying a problem that they may not even know exists, that is part of what you want to be doing in the live stream part.
Okay. Can you give us an example of a live stream that you saw that did that? Because I know, and I'm thinking back to a time when we were kind of examining others doing it, and they didn't really have a show or a script. It was kind of like more like a pop up live, and they had an offer. They were directing people to some offer. Can you remember and share an example?
So which one are you thinking about?
This was with some gentlemen, and I think they had some equipment that they would pop up. They'd like be on an airport, or they might be just coming out of a meeting, and it was kind of like they had a Mevo, I think it was, and they'd stick it up there, and then they would just start talking about stuff, and then invite people to a training. I believe it was a course that they were offering at the time.
Okay, gotcha. So, number one, that Greg just mentioned having the right technology, so you can do something to be able to pop up. But the other thing is that you want to be able to what's the word? What am I looking for here? Uh, know what you're pointing people to. So what is it that you want to people to what is your call to action? That's the first thing that you want to be able to know, is what are you pointing people to? But then also knowing that what your commentary is has value to that audience. And there was a group that I think you're referring to from a couple years ago that I was a part of, and
Yes. Yep.
um, they would go live a lot. They would just start having conversations and inviting people into the conversations. And in the course of having those conversations, they would point people to a bigger event. So all those live streams was to promote. It was a promotional tool to promote something bigger, to promote their next activity, to promote the thing that's going to be coming up down the way. So they would be talking about why this event is so important in the future. They'd be talking about why this product that they offer is so important in the future, and they would just be having conversations with people on impromptu. It's having impromptu conversations based off of something that they saw, something that occurred, something that popped into their head that they thought, well, let me do a quick value add. Let me add some value to people in the midst of what's going on in my daily life. Like, hey, I had this bright idea. Let me share this bright idea with you. And how does that bright idea tie into this next thing that we're about to do?
Right. Awesome. So listen, that's one way is to just gear push people towards your offer and have your content around that. The other way is by sponsorships, right? So you can get someone to sponsor your show. So you can ask them to sponsor your show, and you can set it up for a monthly sponsorship, an annual sponsorship. And a lot of times people ask me, well, Greg, how do you get sponsors? Number one, you ask. A lot of times it's just so easy to ask. Like if you look in who you are paying services wise, for the go through your your bank account, like who are you paying, right? And then you can go to those companies, and some of them may be too big, but you never know until you ask. You might be surprised because these live streams that are getting views, these companies recognize that, and they recognize the value of being a sponsor, so you can get these sponsorships, right? The other thing you can do is you can be your own sponsor. So if you have your own product or service, you can be your own sponsor for the show. It doesn't have to be the same name as your company. Give it a different name, and then that's the sponsor, and then you lead people to whatever that is. So the first part of this is have an offer or have a sponsorship is the way you actually make money. Okay, so those are the two ways. The next thing we want to go over, Jerry, is what you need once you have a product or service or a sponsor. Is the goal that you want to do is have massive distribution of your content, right? Massive distribution. So back in the days when you think about radio shows, a radio show that got syndicated was now a nationally radio show. Was the radio show was on all across the country, so they had to do things a little bit differently by saying, in that city, instead of it being 8 a.m., they would say, hey, it's at the top of the hour. And the reason why they couldn't say 8 a.m. is because they're syndicated in multiple cities across the United States where it's not 8 a.m. every single where. So they say, hey, we're at the top of the hour, 15 after, right? And so people could typically understand what time it was in their city. The reason why you want to do this is so you can get take advantage of OPP, right? Other people's platforms. We can do this so easily today by getting in front of other people's people by being in syndicating in their platforms, in their groups, on their YouTube channel. This technology allows us to syndicate this stream, this show, this live stream into other places, so you can quickly and easily get into multiple places and have your content be distributed out everywhere. So with that, if you are interested in being a Technology Tuesday syndication partner, let us know. We would love to be able to syndicate into your group, into your community. Just get in contact with us at technologytuesday.com. Come join the group, reach out, and we'll be happy to have that conversation and show you exactly how you can do that. Jerry, did you want anything to add to that part about OPP
Yeah,
and
Greg.
syndication?
What? Yeah, what you were talking about. It refers to something we were mentioning offline. I believe earlier I mentioned to you that I have so many resources that my kids and grandkids will probably never need to buy a book or an audio program for the rest of their lives. And what you just described reminds me of something that I picked up many years ago. We're probably talking over 20 plus years ago from Jay Abraham, marketing guru. It was called Piranha Marketing. So this idea of being able to profit from other people's platforms and in a way that it's just not you necessarily like taking advantage, but it's put these like partnerships. You're creating partnerships with other people to you have a value. You're complementing their platform. So it's not necessarily targeting people that you compete with, but targeting people that you complement. So there's something that you're adding value to their platform that they don't already do and they don't already have.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly it. And I appreciate that. All right, man. So listen, we're going to go into how you can do this, right? We're going to share some of the things we use, some of the things we used in the past, and some of the things you can use. Just want to be upfront about that. So this first part is how to. I'm going to share several tools that you can use to actually create your live stream. Okay. So first, I'm going to start with the tool we use, and we're going to share the screen. We use something called Ecamm Live. Now, this is a Mac only platform. Okay, so it's only Mac, and I will come back to you PC guys later and show you how. But long story short is you need something to create the live stream. You can just hit go live on Facebook and just use your webcam, and you can do that for a starting point. However, if you want to have some sort of production value, you're going to need something else. Okay, and so what we use is Ecamm, and it allows us to have introduction, different scenes. Like you just went from me and Jerry on the screen to now sharing the screen and me and Jerry, so you can set all those up ahead of time. So we use Ecamm. It is one of the tools that we're currently using. We grew into it. We didn't start with it, but it is a very good platform to allow you to create a really cool show. So you can create streams, you can have guests, you can have a link to allow people to come in. I think you can have up to 10 or 15 guests at one time right now, something like that. Anyway, you can check it out. They all have their different levels of how many people you can come in based on your internet speed, etc. So one of the tools we use that we're actually using right now is Ecamm, and it's a Mac only. And if you have a Mac, this is, I believe, it's the best one. So check it out. Another system that we used to create our show before was Switcher Studio. Again, this is also a Mac only platform. Now, the Mac, when I say Mac only, means the person driving or doing the production has to have a Mac. So, for example, I mean, even if I go back to Ecamm, I have a Mac. I'm running the production here. Jerry has a PC, but he's in the show with us every single week almost, and we're able to do the show. So the person who's coming in does not have to have a Mac, but the person who's doing the production does. Okay, so both of these are Mac only. Switcher Studio is pretty cool because you can use a iPad or an iPhone to actually switch from the different service, the different scenes, which is pretty cool. I like the fact that it just made that really easy. And at one point, we had my daughter Sydney being the producer and allowing her to switch between different scenes for a couple of shows last season, which was pretty fun. Jared, what do you remember about Switcher Studio?
I mean, just that aspect of having a third party participant with a smart device, as long as they had some type of Apple device, an Apple, I guess it was an iOS device, that they can help you run the show, which means the people who are actually on camera don't have to be worrying about switching back and forth. They can have someone else there to assist.
Yep, that is correct. So that's another one you guys can look at is Switcher Studio. We wanted a little bit more production value, so we left Switcher Studio for Ecamm. But Switcher Studio is a great resource if you have a Mac, you want to check it out. All right, so for my family and friends who have PCs, there's a couple different software. Jerry, I'm going to mention one, but I think there's some others out there. You let me know if you know any. But the one is for a PC. It's for Mac and PC. It's called OBS Studio. This is a completely free, open source studio that you can run your live stream on. So if you're looking for something that's absolutely free, this works from both Mac and Windows. I used it back in the day. It's kind of one of the things I started messing with was OBS because at the time Ecamm and Switcher Studio didn't exist, but OBS did. So it was it was my introduction into it. So if you're looking for something free, check this out. And this can work on PC and a Mac. It's a little bit more technical, but it's also free. So there's a little bit of a learning curve of how to get it to connect and based on your computer speed. But now, at least when I did it, we had to do that. Jerry, now I know there's a button you connect and it'll tell you this is your internet speed and this is what you should put in these settings over here and it will do it from there. So OBS is one of them. I know there are some other PC streaming platforms. Do you know of any off the top of your head?
Streamlabs is one that's based off of OBS that is geared more towards gamers, but that's another option as well. But OBS is, I believe, the premier one that everybody is using to get this stuff done.
Yes, Streamlabs. Okay, so Streamlabs. Um, Oh, they have Streamlabs for Mac. Wow, they didn't have it for Mac before. I'm learning something new right on my show. So anyway, Streamlabs came later. I think I had moved on by the time Streamlabs came up, but I am familiar with it. It's kind of built its own OBS version and makes it more user friendly. So if you have a PC, you want to check this out. Again, if you want to check out Streamlabs, if you have a Mac now, you can check that out, which I didn't know, which is pretty cool. All right, so another one that we used when we first started was StreamYard. StreamYard's pretty popular now. A lot of people who are trying it out can try StreamYards. Again, you can set up scenes. It's very user friendly. To just getting started, it's a great place to start, and you can use StreamYard to create your stream and different scenes and invite people, etc. So if that's what you want to do, check out StreamYard.
And with things like StreamYard or Be Live, which is another one similar to StreamYard, since those are web based, it wouldn't matter what platform you're on, PC or Mac.
That is correct. It is web based, so you want to make sure you stay your internet connection, your upload speed is as high as you can get, because that will affect your thing. Also, you want to make sure because it's internet, it's browser based that you're not having too many other things running on your computer because that will also slow up your connection. It's all about that connection when it's a browser based because it's browser based. It can't use your computer's resources and memory to help it. And so that's why StreamYard's a little bit cheaper because it's browser based, but it's a good place to start. All right, cool. So now those are the ones that will help you get your broadcast, and some of those also have the ability to multi-stream to get into other people's groups. So when we talk about the syndication process, depending on what level of the software will depend on how you can get out, how many places you can get to. However, there's another level where you can get a service to syndicate to multiple places, and we're going to share with you about those services right now and our experiences with them. So one of the ones we used, Jerry, was Restream, and that's Restream.io. And you can go here and you can get an account and you can stream to multiple services. So like you can see here, you have your stream and you can tie into it so it can go to multiple places. So Restream is one of the services that you can use, and depending on your level of pricing plan will depend on how many places you can stream to, right? So you can do it for free to 2 channels, and it starts, you can go to 5 channels if you're on their standard plan, and you can go up to 8 channels on their professional plan, right? So, and I think they also have some benefits if you are a member. I think they do have some other plans that they offer their customers only. I think, I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember if I those emails that I saw, but I've used this before. It's great. I like it, and they have something where you can send out a link and allow other people to add your stream to their social networks. Okay, and so that's pretty cool. It was one of the first services that allowed that, and I highly recommend you check Restream out if you're as one of the services you research if you're looking to get out to multiple places. Jerry, I know I sent you the Restream link and you had to connect it. Could you share just quickly before we run out of time about that process?
Yeah, so you get the link. Basically, it lets you sign into your accounts, whether it be Facebook or whatever, and then that stream goes to your account the same way if it was your own personal live stream.
Yep, yep. So I will tell you about that. If you use Restream, if you're going to do it consistently, then you have to send that link every time, right? It's not like they can set it up and then it's done, and every time you go live on multiple channels. Each time they have to do it. So that's, for me, that's the one drawback. I didn't like that because I'm having a show, I'm doing a show every week. I want it to be set it and forget it. So just FYI, it's a little thing about that. um, it's not something that I would not use the service for. It's just something that you should be aware of if you're considering it. Okay. Otherwise, I had really liked the service. I still have my account, and you can also schedule it to go out at a certain time. So you can record, upload it, and it'll start to broadcast as live and say it's live too. So that it's another feature there. So Restream, popular service for live streaming. Check it out. All right, so another service we have to go over is OneStream.live. So this is a service, when it first came out, was specifically about taking a recorded video and streaming it as live. But they have morphed into an all-in-one streaming solution, and they're one of the few that I know of that can live stream into Instagram and LinkedIn as well. Okay, so Instagram's the new one of the newer ones that most people haven't been able to stream into as of yet, but they are one of the ones that you can stream into. So if you're looking for a service that can do live streaming, very similar to whatchamacallit, Restream, check out OneStream Live. It's another service. You can look at billing, pricing, and see where they compare as well as resources. This one I know will also stream into Hopin. So if you have Hopin, which is an event platform, you can multiple stream in there. You can take a recorded video and have it go play into Hopin as well. So that's one of the benefits of OneStream.live. Again, I have the service, I've used it as well. It's a great service to consider if you're looking how to get out to multiple streaming services. I know you use it, Jerry. Any comments about OneStream Live?
Yeah, well, that's one of those deals that I got from AppSumo. We talk about LTDs,
Yep.
and I've loved it ever since. I've been using it probably for almost 3 years now, maybe going on 4 years, And one of the key things was like you could stream to like 50 different channels. I know it says like 40 plus on the website, but I think it was like by the time I signed up, it was like 50. But so it's more than 40. So we know that you can do more than 40 places at the same time.
Nice, nice. All right, so we're gonna get into our last one, and this is Switchboard Studio. So Switchboard Studio is a service that allows you to stream into multiple places, and it's a little different than the ones we talked about before. And in that, they have something called their stream share. Their stream share allows your stream to go into other people's streams, into their Facebook groups, onto their pages, onto their Facebook page. But I meant YouTube, into their YouTube channel, into Twitter as well, and Twitch. I think that's all of them. But this stream is unique. So if we're streaming into the group, that that particular video feed is unique to that group, meaning if someone comments, that comment is only seen in that group. It's not seen amongst everybody who's together, right? So one of the differences between um, Switchboard Live and Restream is Restream has a united chat feature where it'll bring all your chats into one so you can share them. But Switchboard does not. Switchboard makes everybody's unique, which is a plus or minus depending on how you look at it. This is the one that we have started using for this show to go into the different places. As we're using ReefShare, I know because I've talked to them, they are working on a united chat, which will come out soon. But at the moment, at the time that we're broadcasting, they don't have it, but it is coming out very soon. So this is another one that you can take a look at to get your broadcast into multiple places all at the same time of going live just once. So those are the resources. You got restream.io, right? You have onestream.live and you have switchboard.live. Three different services for you to look at to see which one fits right for your budget and for what you're trying to do. They do have their differences, but those are the resources we highly recommend you guys look at to stream your your show for your live stream so that you can get as many places as possible and have your offer or your sponsorship seen by as many people as possible. And that is how you make a lot of money with your live stream. Jerry, thank you for tuning in with me today. Thank you guys for watching. I'm excited about this show and about the possibilities that live streaming offers. And if you're interested in being a syndication partner, let us know. Jerry, take us out, bro.
All right, folks. On the comments, make sure you let us know which one of those tools you like the best. If you're using one, if you're thinking about using one, which one was your fan favorite? And again, we'll be here every week at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Technology Tuesday. And if you're not a member of the group, join us, technologytuesday.com. Until next time, it's Greg Russell and Jerry Franklin Poe signing off.